Welcome back to Film vs. History. You are listening in on a summer party, a barbecue, 3 alphas, Rutting Stags, chatting about World War II. This is the final part in our, I guess, what's our summer 1940 series?
Yeah, I feel this conversation, ideally, it's in the countryside. It's not gardens that are on top of other gardens in the centre of London.
You can't have these kind of conversations in central London.
It needs to be...
These days.
You need at least 3 kilometres clear either side of the house.
We're still joined by Al Murray. The great Al Murray.
Hello.
Who absolutely...
The man, the myth, the legend.
Led us round the houses for the Battle of Britain. Turns out it's all bollocks.
It's all bollocks.
It's all
a load
bollocks.
of shit.
Britain was always going to smash the Hun.
It was Greta Thunberg was in charge. He went on this mad rant.
He ran a Greta Thunberg rant from a Ule's perspective.
You told me I was amongst friends.
You are amongst friends. Hello to any women rejoining after last episode. I don't know if it's going to get much better for you.
They might give it another go, double dip.
Give it another go. Pants back on. Let's try again. So after the failure of the Battle of Britain, the Nazis have unsuccessful. They've not succeeded at destroying the RAF. Far from it. They were never going to.
No.
What a bunch of losers. They turned their attention to bombing cities, which they had done in the 30s at Guernica, which gave birth to the most confusing painting of all time.
Yeah. Well, I think he was trying to draw a woman there.
Who knows? He could have been trying to draw his sexual fantasy. Who fucking knows?
I think he fucked it, and they were like, what was that? I think it was about, what was going on? Yeah, Guernica or something.
And people go, what a brilliant...
It's great art right there.
Is it?
I don't know. Since I've been a child, I've been told that's a really great painting.
Same, yeah. And you go, was it? And
I don't know.
Then you learn that Picasso was Hannah Gadsby told us all that Picasso was a paedophile, and you go, okay, brilliant.
Well, that makes a bit more sense.
I can not like that now.
Yeah.
Great. Hannah's got us off the hook there.
Yeah, exactly.
Wonderful.
Yeah. A rare victory for Gadsby from our perspective. Can't imagine there's much crossover with the pub landlord's audience.
Or Hannah Ladsby.
Not that I'm aware of.
The beer snakes in the crowd at the Gadsby gig. But we've got a script here in Al Murray.
Yeah.
The Blitz.
Well, as we saw at the end of our last episode, the Germans...
The broadcast instincts kick in.
As you said,
this is old media.
They failed to overwhelm the RAF fighter command. And so they do switch to night bombing in September 1940 anyway. The British have bombed Berlin. Is the thing, and
so what I was going to say is now is this because the Germans bomb London? Is it a mistake or is it a change in tactics?
It's a change in tactics.
So the British retaliate and bomb Berlin, which humiliates Goering, who had said if the bombers cross the Ruhr,
Call me Maya,
which is a Jewish name.
Yeah,
and
so he's called Maya for the rest of the war, right?
Yeah.
And he has to pretend to be Jewish the whole time.
They all
and
dress
he
him
finds
up
that
as Jewish.
humiliating.
Whenever he walks into a room, they're like smashing glass. And they hate that famously. They don't find that funny. So tell us about that early Berlin bombing then that the Brits do. This is still in September 1940.
So bomber commander out and about trying to sort of disrupt the Germans. And at the start of the war, there's a thing where they're dropping a lot of leaflets,
right?
Sort of to say, give it up, it ain't worth it. And there is a debate in cabinet in late 1939 about whether they should drop bombs at all because it will damage private property.
Right. Yeah.
And they don't. And they think if they do that, they cross a line, and the Germans might bomb us back. Which is exactly what happens, right? But
give that man a medal. He was completely right.
But the Germans have bombed Guernica, leading to poor art. They've also bombed the centre.
They might bomb that painting.
They bombed the centre of Rotterdam, with the bomb the centre of Warsaw, which was one of the things that makes the Poles capitulate. And they bomb Rotterdam, destroy Rotterdam, and that's one of the things that makes the Dutch throw in the towel. That if you attack
bomb the shit out of someone,
they go, all right, well, forget about it, and so that's certainly in the picture. But they're also trying to strike at British industry and trade
because this really World War II is a race about factories.
Yes, exactly.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
it's not thrilling at all.
It's a conveyor belt.
It's a conveyor belt.
Yeah.
It's a long montage of people putting bolts on screws.
The alternative history.
It's just that, isn't it? The montage of how we won the war.
Just with different logos.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Some bloke at a lathe.
So the Blitz technically begins on the 7th of September 1940. Does it?
Well, yeah, I mean that's before,
Fine.
and that's even
Fine.
before Battle of Britain Day later in the month.
Yeah, it is,
So like I say, the Germans start bombing at night, and the big problem is for the British, there's nothing we can do about it. Night fighter, the radar covers the sea as the Germans approach, and then it's down to eyeballs, down to the observer corps. They can't.
Night.
It's night.
It's night, right?
Yeah.
It's night.
Yeah.
Right?
So military commanders will. Well, it's night.
don't
It's
fucking
night.
know.
See,
Sorry,
fucking
I can't
anything.
do anything about that. It's night. Yeah.
Oh well. So bombings start. The first one's in London. Then it's Bristol, Birmingham, Liverpool. They'd already sort of occurred.
Yeah.
But the change in tactics means that suddenly the Germans start dropping fucking loads of bombs.
Yeah.
Anywhere.
Yeah.
What I read, which I'm sure you can correct me on, was that So it was the accidental drop on London.
trips it into a change of tactics.
and then Britain goes to Berlin.
Yeah.
I mean, Goering gets so hot-headed about it that he changes
And
tactics.
the podcast I was listening to, it said because they got hot-headed and started bombing London, it gave much-needed respite to the RAF airfields. But that goes against everything you've been saying.
That cuts against what we
I'd
were
also
saying.
rather not have so many hideous buildings in central London.
Yes.
Well,
Like that's kind of the big, like the kind of
you
5-story car parks on the Thames. Like I feel.
Well, yeah, they did their bit for architecture.
This is the long road to Coventry. It was actually quite a short road to Coventry, I guess.
Yeah.
They bombed it, and then they had to rebuild it.
Yeah.
So the Blitz is obviously short for Blitzkrieg, which is what the French and Dutch and all the Benelux, or I don't know why we're talking about Luxembourg, who cares? They'd...
it's all down to Luxembourg.
The key to World War II is in Luxembourg. They had the biggest, fastest factory there's ever been.
The war was won and lost in your policy on Luxembourg.
So first off, they bombed the docks.
Yeah.
The East London docks,
Yeah,
Woolwich, West Ham.
you can see the argument for that because Britain's
still to this day. You can see the argument for that.
It's
Much
possibly
clearly
stronger argument now. Because Britain's this maritime global trading empire. It's not. You got to rethink the way you think about the country as well. You know, we got the biggest empire in the world. We've got financial interests outside the empire as well. So it's all about trade, and it is a real blow to British prestige that they're attacking the centre of the global trading.
Well, they're attacking West Ham. I mean, it's not yet the centre of British trade.
Is Upton Park about?
The centre of the cockles industry crumbles in the Blitz. Oh no! How are we going to jelly eels?
Crisis.
Yeah.
People flying down the apples and pears.
Yeah, this is terrible. So first thing that the Brits do is institute a blackout, right?
Yeah.
The population of London... Not a black up.
We must make that clear.
Probably you were safer if you were blacked up. Again, there's been many times where blacking up helps native populations.
Well, Reggie and Ronnie Cray's dad hides in the coal hole that they've got in their house for the whole war.
Really?
Yeah.
The coal hole?
They've got a coal hole, like where you...
He pops in and out. He's not in there
Pops in and out, but he's
Yeah,
basically in the coal hole for the whole war, just hides.
That's brilliant.
What's a coal hole? Just a pit at the end of the garden?
Yeah, or next to the house, which you have the coal in for your fire.
Oh,
Right.
Nice.
Yeah.
So the blackout begins upon the declaration of war, and so no lights are allowed to be seen after dark.
Yeah.
Windows had to be sealed with curtain, paint. Car headlights had to be fitted with slits. Street lights were extinguished. This is all very pre-Me Too. I mean, you wouldn't do that nowadays. Shops and cinema. Women need to feel safe at night.
Yeah.
Crime goes up. Funnily enough, because it's now legal to turn a light on. I wonder why.
Yes. Okay.
But also,
that feels a bit of fudge in the numbers there.
But also actual crime does go up as well, which is funny because we'll obviously talk about the Blitz spirit, which people think is an actual thing, and that there's not as much PTSD as there should have been, given that the city was carpet bombed.
Yeah.
And yet that's the best time there's ever been to be brilliant. We're being carpet bombed.
Yeah.
We're living underground. There's a guy playing a fucking accordion for 12 hours.
Yeah, it does feel like...
This is the best time of my life.
Yeah, the mental health is the British attitude.
This is what wins the war, is the British mental health.
Yeah, but
it's the happiest they'd ever been in their lives.
You consider how bad the 1930s were. This
Yes.
is like arguably an improvement.
Yeah. So the 30s were not good in Britain.
Well, you've had the Great Depression, you've had unemployment and things going really badly wrong.
So
I mean,
nice
I'm being a bit flip, but the truth is people
not on this
people are being
podcast.
drawn.
No
People
glibness on here,
people
please.
are being drawn together. But yeah, I mean, the Blitz spirit is highly variable in different locations. Let's put it that way.
And
Go
then
on,
also
go on.
after the Second World War,
Where are the rats? Where are the absolute snakes? Who?
Well, you do have lots of looting, and because
Black Friday, Blackout Friday.
why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You know.
The lights are off.
Yeah, the lights are off.
As we learned when we did
and no one's home. Literally.
When we did our post-war British Prime Minister series in the 3-day week, that's where the great British paedophile, the archetype in the 70s, begins when the lights are off. So when there's no lights, Britain resorts to sex crimes.
We're talking
cause and effect. I mean, it's
a story of factories.
Yeah,
is it not? The paedophilia. It's all
the factory's shut down, and then the school gates open. And all I'm saying is the answer to British paedophilia is in the factories.
That's what Hobsbawm said.
Yes, Hobsbawm is a great exponent.
Thank God we don't manufacture anything anymore.
What he calls the short.
We do manufacture paedophiles on mass, actually. One of our biggest exports.
The only thing we have left. This country makes nothing apart from paedophiles anymore.
World class, may I say.
Anyway, shout out to Mandelson. Allegedly, can a man not have friends?
Can a man not pull his pants down?
Come on. Yeah, to be fair, that is. I don't think I've
definition of being caught with your pants down, isn't it?
There's not been a more vulnerable photo of a politician.
Yeah, come on, let's get out.
Than a guy with his Y fronts and a t-shirt and an iPad. God, I mean,
what's he showing there? And also him going, I don't remember that being taken. Come on, man. You're caught.
How often are you in that?
Well, explain it. Try and explain it.
White briefs as well. I mean, surely no one... Does anyone my age wear white briefs?
But what's he looking... Can we go in hard enough on his glasses to see the reflection of what's on the iPad?
Is he showing him her? Looks like he's showing her a 10-minute YouTube video that's incredibly boring, and he says, "No, the funny bit's coming.
No, it's coming.
It's going to be like a clip from a 70s comedy."
Pictures, and you go, "You won't believe it. There's a picture of me in my underpants."
Him laughing in a bathrobe.
Yeah, it's humiliating.
No, but this is all the country has left. Really, that's all we make. Yeah. Is paedophilia. That's the industry. Anyway. In the first winter of blackouts, road deaths rise sharply because people still drive because we're British. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Of course I can drive.
Yeah.
I've had 7 pints. I know these roads.
Yeah.
The lights are all off. Pedestrian accidents surge. And obviously crime increases. So where's all the looting happening? Who are we ratting out?
Well, when the bombing comes, and people have to abandon their houses, there's plenty of looting going on wherever that happens. I mean, the interesting thing is about the blackout is people really hate it and they complain and they bitch and they moan and they write to the newspapers and they really
mental health.
They really don't like it. And so again, it's that idea we all pulled together and we just did what we had to do. Yeah, but while bitching about it, because it's this country, right?
We're the happiest when we're complaining.
Yeah, and you look at the pandemic, people came on, people go, they all pulled together during the Blitz without complaining. Oh, bollocks!
No. Yeah.
There's 100,000 anti-vaxxers marching through White. It's the same, isn't it? I guess.
But you also with this. So this is the sort of there's this period of civil defence. You end up with the government not wanting to spend any money on air raid shelters if it could possibly help it, and devolving it to local councils.
Yes.
And depending on where the local council sat politically, they would either spend money or they wouldn't.
Postcode lottery.
The postcode lottery. And if you had like a really
someone's
pacifist
knocking on your door.
If you had a really pacifist Labour council, before the war, they would tend to not spend money on civil defence because they thought if you spend money on preparing for war, that's tantamount to preparing for war.
So an Anderson shelter was an aggressive act, in the words of the Labour,
or a public shelter. So you end up with you end up with some of the boroughs in London where there's just a completely inadequate provision when the moment comes.
Crazy.
And also the government doesn't want to do it itself because then it looks like something
defeatist.
Or something terrible's going to happen.
Yeah.
Right, so they won't open the underground and all that sort of thing. It's really weird.
We'll just turn the lights off.
Well, just turn the lights off. That'll keep them away. Yeah,
lights off. Yeah. So people start carrying torches or white painted walking sticks.
Yeah.
Now, what are the Germans doing? Because obviously, when we talk about the Blitz, what's going on in Germany? Are we retaliating at the same time?
Well, no, we are running bombers over to Germany. But like I said, there's no proper effort to knock German factories out yet. That's coming.
Yeah.
Right. That's gonna happen. And the thing about the Blitz in Britain is it is terrible. But what we then go and do to Germany 3 years later is on a completely
brilliant,
completely different level. I mean, seriously, it's completely mind-boggling.
No, seriously, it's brilliant.
Seriously,
it's fucking really brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant.
It's just a hard circle to square because it's not, isn't it?
No, exactly. It's like,
so it's hard it's a hard because obviously there's now been people coming back saying we need to talk about Dresden. But it's just a tricky one.
But the difference is they call Dresden a war crime, and they eradicate Coventry, and Britain shrugs because it's Coventry. Who cares?
Dresden is a beautiful city.
Was.
Yeah.
Coventry
That's
was
a brilliant point.
Coventry was to rebuilding that anyway.
Yeah.
We've got some very weird designs for a cathedral we'd like to try out. When they eradicate Coventry, which is a bit later in the 40s, is it, or 41? They then the verb to Coventry.
Yeah, Coventrieren
becomes a verb to mean to destroy a city.
Them.
Yeah. Let's Coventry them. That becomes a word. But we don't say let's Dresden them.
No, we don't.
Because
we're gentlemen.
Yeah, that'd be classless.
Exactly. Yeah.
We just celebrate it in ourselves.
Let's give them the Dresden treatment.
Yeah. So they had air raid wardens patrolling neighbourhoods, checking for light leaks. Nazi propaganda slogans included "Verdunkeln," blackout, which appears on posters.
So kind of the same stuff.
Thing,
same stuff.
Yeah.
But I wonder what their spirit was like. I imagine it's just because we only hear it from our perspective. We won the war. Nazis are baddies, so you don't really get to hear about any of the human stories because it doesn't really work in our telling of the war that this was happening in Germany.
This is the last, as I was saying in the last episode, you can split World War II into 3 chapters, and the end of the first chapter, which is also kind of in the British popular memory, the last real fight we're seen to have. Obviously, there's Italy. No one thinks about Italy.
No one thinks about
North Africa,
a little bit of North Africa. No, really.
Crete. None of that comes into it.
Yeah.
From that point on, it's the Russians and then it's D-Day, which is really the Americans in our memory, at least.
Yeah,
it seems.
yeah.
I can feel you tensing up, but I'm just talking about. I'm talking about the popular thicko on the street.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm a populist historian.
Yeah, I get that.
I'm looking for the stories in between the cracks. That Britain. Yes, we bombed Dresden. Is it a war crime? We'd already committed a dog holocaust, allegedly. I question those numbers, but anyway. I think it was just 3 poodles. So now Britain starts evacuating people. It does this in 1939, which is quite funny. When it kills all the dogs, it sends the women and children away. Yeah. When nothing's happened. Yeah. And then the bloke's like, bloody hell, this is quite nice actually.
Oh, that's not too bad.
And then they get them back. And then when do they send them away again?
Well, when the bombing starts.
Right, okay.
Because there's no bombing. There's no bombing for a year, basically, until the Blitz starts. Yeah. Well, it's the phony war until May, but then there's no concerted bombing effort. And certainly, not, London cops it first, and then it is everywhere else. I always think the issue with this, you've got to try and put yourself in that time. No one knows what's going on, where it's going to happen next.
No. It must have been genuinely terrifying.
I mean,
but we look back at it with such rose-tinted glasses.
I know.
My nan's house destroyed in the Blitz. She was 5 years old. Everyone on her street, they all got one piece of furniture out, lined the whole thing. Like her talking about it, it's such an emotional, amazing thing.
Of course, it would be, right? Yeah. But there's a friend of mine. One of his family was evacuated. They're a family from Catford or whatever. Oh yeah, big family. And the kids were evacuated, and one of them basically was. They started trickling back, but one of them stayed away, and at the end of the war was sent back to London and said, actually, they're my mum and dad, the people I was with.
Really?
I'm going back to them.
Wow.
Oh. And the family went, oh, okay.
It's quite nice.
Had to go with it.
Yeah.
But so there's that. I mean, there's that going on as well as the destruction of sort of people being rent apart.
Yeah.
Shocking.
But that seems quite willing, though.
Well, yeah. But
it.
if the parents maybe,
pretty pissed.
Not so keen on that.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if you have enough kids, you're like, okay,
exactly.
if you're volunteering to take them, I'm not going to complain. So this is Operation Pied Piper. Again, the national sport is creating paedophiles. The evacuation program is first phase. 800,000 school children are evacuated from, is it major cities? Is it just London?
Major cities.
All major
mainly
cities.
London, yeah.
And they go to the countryside. Tens of thousands of teachers, they all relocate. Now, they originally start sending them abroad as well.
Yep.
And then a big ship gets sunk.
That's right, yeah.
In the Atlantic, is it? Or,
yeah.
That was naughty. That's naughty.
That's poor form.
Come on.
Blacked up Nazis. You've already... a U-boat kills...
People were going to Sweden as well because it was neutral. So they're just sort of dispersing.
Anyone going to Swiss?
No. You can't go there by boat.
Yeah.
Of course.
It's the thick of it as well.
I still don't understand how they stayed neutral. It seems very weird they're just ducking out of it all.
Have you met a Swissman?
I have. I met a Swiss German, and they're only below Austrians, and how fucking weird they are.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
The whole thing's weird.
Strange place. What's going on? Swiss German.
Make it make sense, please.
Swiss German. That's a tautology.
Yeah.
Neutral aggressive. Swiss German. What? Anyway, Charlie, what have you just Googled?
I was wondering if any adults dressed up as kids.
To evacuate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's a sort of like a Titanic sort of situation.
Well, or like those kids at secondary school who are actually 35 that you get every now and then.
Yeah.
Hello. I'm awfully
or
scared.
if you're held back enough years, maybe you can get sent out to the countryside.
Yeah, if you're very thick.
Our listeners would have been evacuated up until about the age of 40. So host families write letters complaining about their kids' poor hygiene, the lack of manners, urban slang.
Yeah. Urban slang in the 40s.
That's,
I mean,
I don't know.
It's like blight and
damn,
bugger.
goddamn, bugger. Christ. So all these children are coming from Notting Hill and they're talking about whining Pondercocky. And then these people in Pembrokeshire are like, what on earth are you talking about?
Shut up, pussy all.
And then at the same time, as you're saying, all these evacuees, they're eating better food, country air.
Yeah,
like,
some of them have the time of their life.
Yeah,
and some of them aren't.
But at that age, because it's a great time to go to the countryside.
Yeah.
You don't want to be in a city when you're like 5.
Yeah, but there are a lot of people who. I mean, one of the things that does happen is that quite a lot of posh people go, "Oh God, these working class kids are scum."
Yeah.
And we thought they might be, but they are. And so I mean, it's one of those moments, where different bits of the country bump into each other.
Like Brexit, it's this huge kind of realization of the other half of the country you're living with. You think, oh fuck, oh yeah.
Christ.
But how many?
Which sits from either side of the argument.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. How many kids were going? Were any kids sent back? Did anyone?
Well, no. People did say, "Well, I'm not having them." And
really,
So
that Blitz spirit is so.
There's a returns policy like 30 days. It's like getting something from ASOS.
Well, there is.
Doesn't fit.
The Blitz spirit does exist, but it's not universal.
No, of course.
And it's sort of dependent on the circumstances you find yourself in. You know.
So let's talk about the shelters. They do end up giving pretty much everyone some kind of shelter. Is it if you're poor enough, you get the Anderson shelter?
You get the Anderson shelter. Yeah, I mean, I think that costs £6 or something. You have to chip in, and that's like a corrugated iron thing. You dig a hole, you turf it over, and then you've got a shelter. It won't, and it's this thing again. It won't withstand a direct hit, but if the house falls on it, you'll still be all right inside it in theory. And then there's the Morrison shelter, which is a steel. Like
dining table,
with a like sort of cage, and you get in that.
Yeah.
And so if the house falls down, the steel cage survives.
How do you then get out of the steel cage?
Well, you have to wait for someone to come and remove the house.
Right. Yes, of course. So over 500,000 Morrison shelters are issued, which must have saved thousands of lives.
Well, probably, I reckon so. I mean, but again, if you've not gone to the main shelter, you've not gone to public shelter, but then the public shelters are also, it's the disaster at Balham where people in the shelter at Balham, in the tube in Balham, and the water mains hit and they all drown.
Really?
Christ.
Yeah. And there's incidents like that. There's a stampede at one shelter in the East End.
What's the Bethnal Green one?
Yeah.
There's big Bethnal Green station. They still got that big monument. It's all in the stairs.
Yeah,
about 150 people died.
There's a school in Canning Town as well that's hit by what they call an air mine, which is a bomb on a parachute. And there's hundreds of people there that have been gathered there because they've all been bombed out, and they're all and no one knows how many people were killed in that.
Like did you ever play the computer game Worms?
Yeah.
Where stuff would arrive on a parachute.
Yes, I have actually. Yes, not unlike that.
I'm just thinking of our listeners.
Yes.
Someone's got to.
Yeah, it's not have you got worms. We know you've got worms.
Obviously, you've got worms. You know that game you got into when you had worms to try and make yourself feel better about your arse worms. So the underground.
Wash your hands for Christ's sake.
So the underground, the government said we're not going to use them as public shelters
initially,
because that would say like. It's encouraging panic, I suppose.
Yeah.
And they generally think people are going to go underground and
never
then
come out.
Well, they're going to form. They don't think they're going to start plotting to overthrow the government underground,
or just never come out. Decide I'm not going to work in the morning.
Yeah, they think. Yeah, it thinks it will introduce slovenliness amongst the population.
Yeah.
But initially, they're locked out. But then after 2 weeks of bombing, people just start queuing to go in, right?
Yeah,
and they just go fuck it.
Yeah, they have to let them in because the bombing. I mean, what doesn't happen is that the population rise up and the government has to sort of capitulate, but the population is having a really bad time with it. Yeah. So they've got to do something.
So, but
is it every night?
No, it's not every night. It's when the Germans can muster it and where the weather's... Because the weather thing is the weather.
Yeah.
The weather, throughout the Battle of Britain, the weather isn't glorious blue sunny days every day. The weather is a big problem.
But this is why it's an English story. It's cricket. There's another factor. There's the gods. There's weather. It's like Dunkirk.
Rain stops play.
Yeah. It's like Dunkirk. Yeah. Dunkirk was only possible, the evacuation, because the seas were unnaturally calm or whatever on the weather.
Yeah. And the clouds
that stop the Stuckers. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Look at these two rutting stags saying racing to say the word Stucker.
This is not unlike silverback gorillas getting together.
Yeah, exactly.
What I mean.
We're fighting out primacy of the pack.
Yeah,
and basically one of you young bucks is going to bash my brains in with a log.
And then I start hosting a podcast with James Holland.
Yeah, exactly.
And I get to drive Spitfires. And I get to go on the D-Day beaches.
Ratio craps in his hands and hurls it at us.
Yeah.
It's the circle of life.
It's the law of the jungle. It's straight male bingo. Bingo's for the gays and the girls. This is our version where we're just Stucker house. Anyway. So by September 40, 150,000 people are sleeping in the tube stations.
Yeah.
And at this point, it's mainly London, or is it when they come over? Is it because they don't move up the country gradually?
It's mainly London, but
because we're talking between September and May.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly. So they start hitting Bristol, Sheffield, Liverpool. Hull gets it, and Hull's bombed.
Have they not suffered enough?
Well, one of the reasons is
better.
So it's on the coast. It's easy to find.
Yeah.
Right, it is part of sort of the war industry, so it's petrochemical ICI there. It's worth hitting, but also the other reason Hull, and this is terrible, the other reason that Hull gets it is because if they can't find where they're going when they go into England, the Germans over England, if they can't find Sheffield or Leeds or York or wherever they're trying to hit, they'll bomb Hull on the way home.
Yeah.
Because they can't
Is
come
that like
home
getting like a KFC on the way home from a gig? Almost.
Yeah, almost.
Yeah, they've got to get rid of the bombs, so they bomb Hull on the way home.
That's very funny. That is very funny.
Just unloading.
Just fuck it.
It's bad. I mean,
so Hull is basically the bin for German bombers.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes like if you're out, do you sometimes have a shit it out as opposed to before you get home because it's better just to get it out.
It's always better not to do it at home.
Yeah, it's better. If it's a public toilet, it's brilliant.
Well, I don't know about that. I think you want to split the difference. You need to find a nice toilet.
Nice one,
a restaurant, hotel toilet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But
you
never your own hotel.
You know that
room.
row of toilets underneath the Pleasance Dome?
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah.
That's my Führer bunker. When I'm in Edinburgh,
and
I'm out and about and need a poo.
The peacefulness because you have complete anonymity.
It's soundproof.
Well,
they don't know who it is. There's so many people in there.
Not anymore. Finn doesn't have complete anonymity anymore. I mean,
who's that guy?
They'll be going, hey,
Finn
Taylor's taking a shit in our toilets again.
Oh, Finn's in the toilet.
Travis around your ankle.
Yeah, getting the toilet paper like this, like that. Anyway, so people are sleeping in tube stations. They're in the shelter. 60% of people simply stay at home because there are stories of old stubborn old fuckers who are like, no, fuck off. I'm not. You're not getting me out of my armchair.
Yeah,
and then they just evaporate.
Some fatalism creeps in, and you're kind of playing the same odds.
Yes, I suppose it is. Yeah,
But in every war zone, there's these Ukrainian babushka ladies, right, who will just stay in war zones.
Who don't even know what's going on.
Yeah, I'm not. Fucking
there's that woman. Have you seen? There's the woman who still lives in Chernobyl in Pripyat, in like a trailer park.
There's always people.
She's like 80. She's like,
fuck off,
fuck it.
Yeah,
it's like you have no neighbours.
Yeah, but she's an 8-year-old woman who lives in former Soviet. The shit she's seen.
I know, but then you think about, I don't know how she's got so old, because you think about blue zones, you think about Japanese and Italian people who have
bollocks
mates.
Is what she's saying.
Mate, she's saying bollocks. She's saying, I live in a fucking nuclear Holocaust wasteland, and I'm still 80.
Yeah.
Look, this is a garden.
It's all mine.
Fuck it. Nothing grows. This is all mine.
Maybe she walks uphill a lot. I don't know. What's the...
I know, she's got a mate. She's got one mate.
She's got a mate, yeah.
She's drinking.
And they've got booze.
Got booze.
So,
Well, the Brits never ration beer, do they?
No, they don't. No,
again, one of the key.
You absolutely can't go doing that.
No.
Yeah.
Or tea, or potatoes actually, or fish. So there's
don't get rations.
Fish and chips and beer is still.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
but beer, importantly,
when you're sheltering underground, the trains are still running, are they?
Everything's still kind
so
of
you're
going.
Sleeping in a tube station.
Well, no, I mean they're not running at night during a raid.
No.
They're pausing, but everything. The idea is to try and keep everything running. Try and keep
it's
it
about
all going.
factories.
Because it's all about the factories, exactly.
God,
you're learning this stuff. It's really good.
So you've got
Eric Hobsbawm is so delighted.
Yeah. Interestingly, he says the short 20th century from a paedophilia perspective is 1973 to 2008.
Which was kind of a very groundbreaking, innovative.
It is. So it's,
Guys, I'm just trying to think of the Venn diagram.
people are going to get that joke. Yeah, I know. I don't think it's many. Anyway, popular songs, and this, to me, this is a nightmare. Right?
It's not Shaggy Bombastic.
No,
Charlie.
it's Charlie. They're not playing Bombastic in the.
I think that
tube.
was in the 2000s. I think.
Yeah.
So it's way later.
Anyway, so I really can't stand buskers on the underground because it's like trapped. There's no air.
Yeah.
You know, every now and then you see a guy absolutely shredding on a guitar and you think, that's fine.
Fair play.
I'm into that. That's quite funny. I'll stop and look at that. An accordion underground, I think, is a war crime, personally.
Yeah.
So
it's worse than what was going overground if that happened.
Genuinely, I'd be like, get me back up there. Fuck this. You've got an accordion or you've got ukuleles.
The Stuckerbomb is a less terrifying sound than your
Genuinely,
accordion.
I could sleep to Stuckerbombers over at the sound of a ukulele. You know, you see when like a new act playing a ukulele, I just think, just kill me now. Just absolutely kill me. I cannot stand comedy ukulele.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's what people are singing on the platforms of the tube stations.
Is it?
Yes, they're doing Run Rabbit Run.
But
Maybe
these are
it's
all
'Cause
like
I'm at London.
Cockney all together songs, right?
Knees Up, Mother Brown.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
This stuff, it's too rich for my blood.
Yeah,
I can't. It's too twee. I can't. handle
Jaunty.
it. Yeah. I'd rather just silence. I'd rather just sit there and just stare at a wall and just
cry.
No, I'm not crying.
I'm going to get a lot of that.
Good.
I'm Presbyterian now. I'm staring at a wall, waiting for it to blow over or blow up. But this is where We'll Meet Again, which is obviously what the Queen invokes during COVID. This is where that song is top of the charts, Marilyn, all that. And the Blitz spirit has been over-mythologized, but supposedly there's much less PTSD than some people had predicted. But then this isn't, this is decades before British mental health exists.
Yeah, before we knew you were allowed to feel that. Yeah.
No one had separated being sad from being British yet.
Yeah.
No.
That happens in like the 90s, latest.
So, and it's a
I think it was Blair who did
terrible error.
Exactly. It's Blair. It's the woke nonsense of the Blair years. Going, what do you mean you're sad?
I mean, the sort of dire predictions that everyone's going to lose their shit don't come true.
No.
Yeah. Even though they're essentially defenceless. And, even with so Bristol's really badly bombed. And one of the interesting things is the newspapers can never quite, aren't allowed to say where it's been bombed because the Germans are reading the newspapers. So it's
sneaky like that.
Large city in West attacked is what the papers say about Bristol being bombed. And the people in Bristol are like, that was us.
Yeah.
Like, why are we not in the papers?
Yeah.
And during the Bristol bombing, they discover that they send fire brigades from elsewhere, and they discover that everyone's got different equipment, so they can't help. And that's
or like different nozzles to go onto the...
literally different pipes, different fittings.
God.
And so
it's like when a USB-C charger.
So they exactly. So they have to. So they have to standardise it all.
Yeah.
Because up to this point, everyone's had their own fire brigade with their own nozzle and their own.
Just regionally, it was all
it was all whatever. Yeah.
So this is when men joined the Home Guard in there by their drove, the Auxiliary Fire Service.
Yeah.
And then women joined the Women's Voluntary Service, the WVS. The motto: "We never say no."
You couldn't say that nowadays.
The past is another country. Now they say no means no, and that's fine. So they are helping with evacuations and shelters for the displaced, salvage, recycling. Many claim that the mental health of the nation improves.
Yeah, but
again, I don't really know how, if you'd say the same for like Gaza or Ukraine.
Well, they say suicides go down, but I've just absolutely no idea how they measured that.
Yes, I think people.
Yeah, but if you're being bombed, you might like, I don't know if I'm sad or I'm just being bombed. Let's wait till that.
I'll wait it out.
Oh no, it was just me.
Turned out it was me. Yeah, the bombing stopped, but I'm still sad.
Yeah.
So by October 1940, it was becoming exclusively night attacks. And so, Al, do you want to talk us through? Do you want to talk us through some of the, what bombs are dropping? When do they start dropping incendiaries?
Well, it's kind of right from the off. Incendiary is a big part of it. Because
and what is an incendiary bomb?
Well, that's like I think it's like a magnesium strip. You must have set fire to magnesium in chemistry, so it's magnesium strip bomb. They also put aluminium, I think, in their high explosive, which gives it a greater blast potential. And so then the British do this too. You do this thing where the idea is you like blast a hole in a building and then fill it, drop incendiaries into it to set it on fire.
Right.
And so, for instance,
so that all being a cluster, all dropped at the same time.
Well, all kind of dropped at the same time. And they're not dropping big payloads of bombs, but I mean, this is the thing. This is totally unprecedented because the bombing of Warsaw and the bombing of Rotterdam and Guernica are one-offs. This is like a sustained thing. So the Germans are, getting to London's easy. They sail up the Thames estuary. You can see at night below you the water. So they find it easy to hit, and then they're bombing with these high explosives with incendiaries and these things that float down, delayed action fuses as well. So
that's a good one.
That when you're clearing up bomb rubble, it might go off.
That's a nasty one, though.
Yeah. That's double tap sort of thing.
That's not cricket.
That isn't cricket.
No, it isn't cricket. But we are talking about
bomb me on the head. Don't go. Oh, what's that? Bang! Like that's humiliating.
Don't hide it under like a pot of honey. So I'm like, oh, yummy.
Fuck. So when you open up your nan's box of biscuits, it's got drill bits in there. But you done that?
No,
that's not happened to me either.
That's like a classic thing. Is that there's like a box of biscuits at your grandparents' house? Yeah, look, I'm getting nods from the galley. With
drill bits in.
Yeah, there's always a box of biscuits. This is brilliant. You open it up and it's just drill
you're
bits.
all really young. That didn't happen to my generation.
So this is where I was mentioned this last episode, but they had the radio-based navigation, which the Germans would call the Nickerbein.
The Nickerbein, X-Grate, and X-Grate and Y-Grate, and basically this is a radio system. If you go too far left, it gives you one signal. If you go too far right, you get another.
It's free pass. Yeah,
if you fly down the middle,
not a Knickerbocker glory.
You get a clean thing.
Yeah,
and then there's an intersection. A point where you drop your bomb. So there's a beam to fly down and a beam that intersects that. And when you get to there, so Coventry, for instance, when you get to Coventry, you get the other signal.
All roads lead to Coventry.
Yeah, and this is affected by the curvature of the Earth, so it only reaches so far because it'll. I mean, I've gone and done that. I've just gone and done that.
Oh, you're in the right place.
Yeah.
Zoom
in on that when you did that. Clip it up, get it out there.
The British do what they can to bend the beam to misdirect the bombers. So they
Beckham free kick.
Yeah, completely. Send them to the wrong place.
Yeah.
And they're also building. There's a fake city outside, like fake neighbourhood outside Bristol.
I heard about this. This seems a lot of effort. They're building like a whole fake city and then setting it on fire to make it seem like it's a city.
Yeah, because the Germans. Because the thing is, no one knows where they're going at night. I mean, the navigation is hard enough during the day at this period, but during night it's really, really difficult. Which is why they're using those beams and stuff. It's really difficult.
So how fake is this fake? Is it just? It's very rudimentary.
Yeah, but it looks enough like it.
But basically,
it's like a model village.
We need a brothel in this fake
big
city.
thing laid out. But what the Germans
fake prostitutes fake fucking me right now. We need this, or else they won't believe it.
Got to be believable.
It's the oldest profession.
But basically, if there's a fire and you're flying and you've got bombs to drop, you go, oh, there's a fire, I'll drop it where the fire is because that's the right place to drop it. So they're trying that, and it kind of works, kind of doesn't.
It's amazing they got any bombs away, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, it is. And there's always that thing people go, oh, that place wasn't bombed because it was being saved as a quarters for Hitler or for
like the pavilion.
The pavilion in Brighton.
Holiday home.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
No one could hit.
He would have hated Brighton.
He would. Yes, I mean that's
famously
not the place for Hitler to stay.
I mean, if Ernst Röhm was in charge, then maybe. Maybe.
What, gay guy in a bathhouse?
Yeah, Brighton's the place for you, Ernst.
Gay sauna, yes, please.
But the idea that they could choose not to hit somewhere, they can't choose where to hit. It's sort of daft, really.
And what are these? So obviously the Brits, as we mentioned, they've got these ACAT guns, the anti-aircraft guns that are firing, and you hear stories of people who are in the underground hiding. And they were waiting for those guns to start, and they knew that they're never going to hit one. Yeah. Maybe one gun hit plane once.
They're firing thousands of rounds, and it's the Lieutenant General Freddie Piles is the guy in charge of anti-aircraft defence, and he's through the whole war.
Piles was so quickly brought up.
I've actually met Sir Freddie Piles quite a lot since I started going to the gym. Anyway.
You have an intimate relationship with Sir Freddie Piles.
Freddie Piles,
he won't leave you alone.
He keeps giving me boiled eggs, and he's very agreeable.
If you're habitual about dealing with Freddie Piles does go away in the end.
Does he? Well, that's good to know.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's got a very firm handshake, Mr. Piles.
But yeah, they have to fire the guns so people hear the guns, so they think, well, they're actually trying to defend us.
We were chatting about, I can't remember what episode or series we were talking about. We were talking about when people fire guns in the air and bullets come down, and that does kill people.
Yeah.
The amount of ammunition and tracer fire in the sky, surely there are...
Yeah, smashing roofs up and setting fire to things.
People just miles away, just getting taken
out
out.
in the head.
They're in... Well, yeah, but they're in shelters, aren't they? So...
Yeah.
But then I guess there's never been a braver burglar than during the Blitz.
Well, or it's just the perfect time, right?
Right, yeah.
You know?
Exactly. No one's going to catch you.
Yes,
You just might
exactly.
get blown
It's
up.
coming
might get
after you,
blown
no.
up.
Yeah. But so they're firing the guns, and then they also have a night fighter effort of aeroplanes going up. But to start with, they've got no way of finding the place. So they just sort of go and hang around and...
They have bat lights, right? Like Batman.
Yeah, like bat lights. Yeah, that's they go up and follow the searchlights, but basically they can't shoot anything down. They can't see anything.
Yeah.
And there is one Hurricane pilot. It's a guy who used to fly with his cockpit open with a canopy back, who was unnaturally gifted with night vision, and he'd have his crew walk him out to his airplane like blindfold.
So it was as dark as possible.
So dark as
prepared.
possible.
Really?
Yeah. And then out he'd go, and he'd do is he'd go up just on his own, like looking, and then see where a city was on fire or whatever, and he'd fly over there and he'd pick the Germans out, and he was shooting Germans down at night. Just on his eyesight alone. It's just really and
crazy.
So he ate a lot of carrots, right?
Yeah, it's carrots. Yeah,
But he spent the whole day with a blindfold.
I think so. Yeah, yeah. But it's just one. But the problem is
one bloke.
it's one guy.
Yeah.
Right. And they start bringing up radar and putting it on night fighters and all this sort of stuff. But really, by the time it's ready, the Germans are starting to sort of quit. So,
who drops more bombs than each other, Britain on Germany or Germany on Britain? No,
I mean, it doesn't.
is the Blitz bigger in Germany than it is here?
No, it doesn't bear comparison. We in the Hamburg raids in July of 1943.
See you later, Hamburg.
Where
Bye-bye.
the British
Hamburg in the bin.
Bomber Command and 8th Air Force put in a sort of 3-day maximum effort, 1,000 bomber raid. We kill more people in that raid than the Germans do in bombing. Full stop.
Allegedly.
But you know what I mean? That it's just not talked
that's
about
what
at
I mean.
all. It's
Not at all.
crazy
Not talked
that
about
they
at all.
got so much more than we ever did.
It's like we make a there's a firestorm in Hamburg, which is like where the fire feeds itself and draws air in, and it's just the most insane.
And it's the way it happens is so horrifying. Dresden, people just melting on mass streets.
Yeah, and Pforzheim as well, roughly the same time as Dresden.
And Dresden's like pre-atomic bomb, the worst bombing of any
Is
city.
it February 45? Just
Yeah.
And so that's the worst bombing of any city ever before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hiroshima.
kind of. Although Hamburg's up there with it, because there's an argument about how many people were killed at Dresden. Like one of those, where depending on whose side of the argument you're on, you say more people. But it's horrendous. It's diabolical. But it's lots and lots of planes, unlike the atom bomb, which is more bang for your buck. Literally.
Yeah. But as in, Britain psychologically needs to have the Blitz spirit rather than the Dresden spirit.
Yeah.
Which is, Dresden spirit's like when we beat Germany 5-1 in Munich, Heskey and Owen.
Yeah.
What's that? What do you mean?
That's an anomaly.
Right.
Our main national story is being defeated by the Germans on penalties.
Yeah.
And then having these few victories that are all the sweeter because the main narrative is that we're the Blitz.
Whereas America, it's like number one, we're the best, and that they don't need underdog
then they
stories.
have 9/11 as the little aberration,
exactly.
and they overreact.
Whereas
they're so angry.
we can't deal with being the best.
We're the other way around. No,
we have to be the worst, but overcome insurmountable odds.
we're fallen. We're a social media platform no one uses anymore.
Incredible focus group. This.
Yeah, it's a brain trust.
Yeah, I mean the thing is what the British then do to the Germans in terms of bombing is like it's in a completely different league. Like the planes,
They were asking for it. Though.
Well, there's the argument. Yeah, they started it.
Did you see what
they started it?
They fucking started
it.
You hear that?
But so the
Pop landlord's coming out.
well,
now.
no, quite seriously, you've got people in.
Fuck them all in there.
You got Harris, Bomber Harris, the guy ends up being called Bomber Harris or Butcher Harris, right? That was his other nickname. He
Twitter.
says someone says to him, about the Blitz, what do you think about this? He says, the Germans they're sowing the wind, they're gonna reap the whirlwind. We're gonna give it back to them far worse than they give it to us, and that's exactly what happens. I mean, it's the destruction of if you go to Essen in the Ruhr, there's like one building left from the whole city from the war that wasn't completely destroyed. It's the IKEA, by the way, and everywhere. You know, I can't remember. James and I were over. We went to where the dams were, the dam buster dams. We went and looked at those and flew over them. It was really good fun. And I can't remember where we stayed, but basically we were in the hotel. Reception said, "Where do we go for dinner? Can we go to the Altstadt?" And she goes, "There is no Altstadt." It was vaporised.
You blew it up.
And that's.
But they're not allowed to complain about it. I guess.
No, they're not.
No,
they're not.
Because then it'd be like, "Oh, you killed my grand. Well, your granddad was a Nazi. I'm
Well,
sorry.
that's
what was your granddad doing?
Yeah,
that's exactly it.
No, sorry. It's like if someone tries to cancel someone on Twitter, and it's like, "Hang on a minute, aren't you a paedophile?" Well, hold on.
hang on. Yeah.
It's the ultimate milkshake duck moment. But when you go to Hamburg, there's the bombed out cathedral there, which is a similar thing to
St Luke's in Liverpool.
Yeah, and Coventry.
Yeah.
Like you go in the crypt of that is a museum about the bombing, and it basically has a whole thing of we started it.
Yeah, quite right.
You know, what's the origins of what happened here in Hamburg? Well, we started it, Nazism, and we started the war, and we bombed.
So you can't even grieve it properly because there's no like national monument to the loss of your ancestors. And how traumatic.
Because it's like the German guy who went on a forum and asked for someone to. If anyone wanted to be eaten because he was a cannibal, and some guy went, "Yes, I consent to be killed and eaten." You go, well, his family are like, "Well, we can't fucking mourn him. You're a fucking idiot." He agreed to be eaten in a bathtub by a German. Funny enough. So you go, "What? You know, how are we meant to mourn this?"
Yeah.
So go on. So let's tell us about Dresden. Then this is 1,000 British.
At
bombers.
least, and
was it necessary at this point in the war?
Oh God, was it necessary at this point in the war? Ah, man.
Or was it?
Well,
Was that a pleasurable noise?
No. That was one of those disappointing orgasms.
One off? Is there any other kind?
No. The thing is, so the Germans right at the end of the war are going, "Could you please stop bombing? Why are you doing all this?" And Eisenhower is the head of the SHAEF, is the Supreme Allied Commander, goes, "Surrender.
Yeah.
If you want this to stop, surrender."
Yeah.
And that's that's actually the calculus involved. There's a period in the last 5 months of war in Europe where basically the Allies are going, "You fucking lost.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
We're tired.
Stop.
Tap out.
Exactly. And you can any minute. And you can right now if you want to.
And they're in the Ardennes at this point on infantry or?
Well, no.
What episode of Band of Brothers are we in at this point?
We're in the sort of we're in the one where they're there's that one where they're where basically it's obviously one of those episodes where Damien Lewis is having his week off.
Oh, right.
Where they cross the river.
Yes. Yeah.
And there's the replacements.
Oh, so they're on the Rhine.
Yeah.
Basically.
Tom Hanks' son is in it for some reason.
Colin Hanks. Yeah. I guess, yeah.
And they crossed. Yeah, it's that phase of the war, and basically, the Luftwaffe can't answer anything that the British and the Americans can do in the sky, and they we just bomb the shit out of the place.
Yeah,
and destroy the railways, which gums Germany up completely. But it really is like
it's a little spiteful.
But it's the Simpsons, isn't it? Stop it, he's dead already. It's that meme.
Yeah. Well, that's what they didn't have to do that because Germany was already. I guess it would.
But they wouldn't surrender.
Yeah, and you'd lose British and American lives
until Hitler kills himself.
So Arthur Harris allegedly he may have been in Brazil. We don't know. The Nazis entered this war under the childish delusion that they were going to bomb everybody else and nobody was going to bomb them. That's Harris.
That's Harris. Yeah.
I mean, it's not. It's hard to come back from that.
Yeah. You started it.
Yeah, they started it. I mean,
fair play.
And they did, right?
But then, is there a level of bombing? Is there a level of bombing that's like, well, that's not. Was Dresden cricket? Is the question.
It's baseball. In stereo. Al fits in perfectly here.
We just get you back again.
When it's working.
Yes.
That's what it is.
First summer.
Yeah.
Best against India.
It's the first
it was not baseball. Yeah. They had no answer to it.
Have you been to Dresden?
No,
I haven't.
I went there years and years ago.
They've rebuilt it quite well, haven't they?
They've redone the centre, and I went there basically expecting it to be sort of black and smouldering still.
Yeah,
like 60 years later.
Wanting it to be still in ruin. Yeah, ground zero.
Well, this is an interesting question that you brought, which I think is a great point. Is that so? Germany won the peace, and the way they rebuilt their country was seemingly much more effective than ours. And you basically said we weren't bombed enough.
Well, if you look at Germany, Japan, and Italy, and how their economies grow, whereas ours, essentially, we become in hock to the Americans, who say, we'll rebuild your economy on the proviso that you get the nuclear bomb, which costs this much to maintain.
Yeah.
So immediately you're in layers and layers of debt.
Yeah.
We still have an infrastructure that we had in the 40s, the tube, you know.
Restart.
Well, that you're making a leap there, but it's in Germany.
You're saying HS2, you could have done half the job in 1940 if you just bombed all those rail lines.
Yes, you could. But I'm
the
saying,
first half of ripping out the old one.
Japan had a blank slate, sent to bed, May 40, night, August 45, go to bed, lights off, done. Restart, hard reset.
Yeah.
And now they were a warrior culture, and now they're, and that's because they start again. Britain was is still hanging on to an infrastructure. The whole post-war consensus and the whole problem why we get into Thatcher is because we sort of...
It's still Victorian.
We have Victorian
You are
railways.
listening to our usual podcast.
They should have bombed us more.
Am I wrong?
Well, no, Thatcher obviously leans into exporting paedophiles.
Yes.
It's the only thing we have left at that point.
She needs to get the economy going.
Sir James Saville,
it was
send
like
him in.
finding the North Sea oil windfall was finding...
The Saville Windfall.
Finding the paedophiles at the BBC.
Yes.
We've broken through to new ground.
Oh,
Let's get them, export them worldwide.
Rolf Harris, the other butcher.
But Dresden is one of those places you go there and you can't. It's all you can think about. When I was there, it's all I could think about. And Hamburg, to an extent.
Were you extra polite when you were there? Like more? Was there any noticeable thing?
Sorry, Hamburg has so much post-war history. With
it's got your Beatles.
The Beatles.
So it's Beatles and bombing, basically.
Yeah.
But in Dresden, I'm just saying...
It's my dad's favourite place.
Oh yeah,
Beatles bombing. He's just buzzing.
And the Reaper Bar.
And the Reaper Bar. Yeah, exactly. But Rotterdam, I've played at. There's a great club in Rotterdam. You've done Marcel's gig in Rotterdam. No. Club Haug, brilliant gig. But walking there, it is a very depressing city because it's literally started in the 50s, 60s. So
from scratch.
It's like flat roof.
Milton Keynes on Canal.
It's like a flat roof pub in Holland.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There's something a bit eerie about it. Anyway, so let's get to.
But Dresden. Charlie, can you get up Dresden now? So they've rebuilt it and they've rebuilt beautiful buildings. It kind of baffles me about Britain is rebuilding the things we're like, well, it has to be the ugliest building ever made.
Yeah.
It's the only thing we can do. It has to be the ugliest possible building. But the way they've rebuilt Dresden it's kind of amazing. Like that's new.
Well, and the centre of Warsaw as well. I mean, the thing is the Soviets, because it was in East Germany, Dresden.
Coventry today.
They left the middle smashed up for quite a long time to go. See, that's what
that's capitalism.
That's capitalism for you.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. It's like seeing this, I was like, oh, I thought it had to. For some reason, I was like, oh no, it has to be the most hideous building block ever.
Yeah,
but it doesn't. You can. This is what Coventry is now.
Christ.
I went to uni basically next to Coventry, so went to Warwick.
So you went to Warwick,
which is actually not in Warwick.
Yeah,
because Coventry's so hideous.
I looked round Warwick and I said, "This is a trick."
Yeah, it's Coventry.
This is Coventry.
It's just bad branding.
Coventry Arts Centre, isn't it?
Yeah.
Coventry's got a massive IKEA, and that's it. It
used to be a CKP gig on the Roundabout. Did you ever do that gig?
No.
That club? Anyway. No. Let's talk about the end of the Blitz. We've been rushing ahead, getting excited about Dresden because they deserved it. And they started it. Al's words.
They had it coming.
They got
Bazballed.
They did start it.
Yeah. So
they lost the toss.
They did lose the toss. Well, they chose to bat first.
It was
a bad wicket to bat first on because we love a chase. So the last major attack on London is the 10th of May, 41.
Yeah.
Now, by this point, Goering has been orchestrating the Blitz. Kesselring's nowhere to be seen. He's been taken off and sent to Italy yet?
No. Not yet, but he's not really part of this.
No. So for Goering, it's all about London in flames. I want to terrorise the population. We're going to try and bring them to the table, or is it still just terrorise them?
Well, they don't really.
Do they think the population will rise up?
Well, they don't know really. They're in the stage of the war. They've got to do something, and the Luftwaffe because Germany's all because Goering is political as well as head of the Luftwaffe. What he's trying to do is get the Luftwaffe to win the war to bring Britain to the table, so he gets the status out of it.
Yeah.
But the issue is that what's coming is Barbarossa is this attacking the Soviets, and so this is why the Blitz draws down. I mean, aside from the fact that the nights are getting shorter, so you're
of course, it's a winter campaign.
Yeah. It's just easier to do at night with longer nights, right? But the days are getting longer, and also they need their aircraft for
Russia
attacking the Soviets. For Russia
Hitler claims that all this the tail end of the Blitz is all just a distraction, because he's about to rip up this Soviet pact and go east.
Yeah, it's to look willing, like he's looking in that direction. But they're kind of stuck in a
doom spiral.
Busy. Act busy. Do something.
The last major attack is where Westminster Abbey and the House of Parliament are damaged.
Yep.
The raid has an escort of 63 fighters, which is kind of a testament to how effective
the night fighter efforts got better. Yeah, because we said at the start,
it's not just that one bloke.
No, not anymore. No, because they've got aircraft with radar and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they shoot down 38 bombers in May alone, and by the end of the month, Hitler's starting to look east. So between June 1940 and April 41, scores on the doors, the Luftwaffe lose 2,265 aircraft over Britain, with at least 3,300 men killed. And about 5,000 injured, missing. And if they lost 600 bombers, which is the higher end of the estimates, then that represents 1.5% of all sorties flown.
Yeah. And a sortie is a individual flight of an aircraft.
Yeah, there and back.
Yeah, there and back. So I mean, that as a percentage, that's not great for the RAF, is it?
Not a little salt.
Not a little salt, Charlie.
It's not Danny Dyer seeing a woman he likes. Who's this little salt?
That's Cockney for attractive woman.
Yeah. As the evacuees would say.
Yes,
exactly.
Yeah.
You're a little salt, aren't you? Wash your mouth out, young lady.
So in total, they dropped more than 40,000 tons of bombs on Britain, but Britain takes it. You can have Coventry.
Yeah.
London
can take it because they don't hit the Spitfire factory outside Coventry that they're aiming at.
Right.
Is that why they go to Coventry?
Right.
And people are sleeping, like families are going to sleep in the fields in the countryside, like in hedges.
Yeah.
In
Hull, it becomes organised. They actually have like big campsites outside Hull, and everyone when they come off their work shift, they trek out. They call it trekking. They trek out to the campsite, spend the night there, and then go back into work in the morning.
Christ, that's pretty bleak, isn't it?
Yeah, it's quite bleak.
That's like some people when they can't afford their fringe accommodation, they do
that's
that.
Exactly what it is.
Tony Law camped on Arthur's Seat for a month. This is the end of spring 41. To sum up, because we did a series on the rise of the Nazis. We've done Dunkirk. And now we've done, Battle of Britain. Let's just sum up where we are in the war. Everyone says this is sort of the turning point in the war.
Yeah.
Is that a bit of a myth? Is that British exceptionalism? Is that soothing to the British psyche?
Well, no. The thing, the elephant in the room is the Germans attacking the Soviet Union, which is the point at which they throw any possibility of winning, whatever that means, in their own terms, out the window. Yeah. They cannot defeat the Soviet Union. Certainly not if they haven't knocked us out of the war. And then the thing that seals it is Pearl Harbor and the Germans declaring war on the Americans.
Which they didn't have to do, did they?
No, they didn't have to do.
And also,
there's a logic to it, but they don't have to do it.
No. And also, isn't there a moment where Poland then declares war on Japan, and Japan went, "Nah, you're right. We know you're just doing that. You don't have to do that." I think it's Poland.
What's Poland going to do?
No, but that's what Japan say. They go, "No, you're right, lads.
It's fine. Don't worry about it."
No, but I would.
No, but it's all right.
No, but okay.
You're literally getting fucked from every angle.
But if I could stand up,
Japan
I would.
are actually quite nice to Poland. They go, "No, you don't mean that. It's fine."
Yeah, but the beginning, it's all that Churchill's not the end of the beginning, the end, and all that stuff after El Alamein. But this is it's the end of the beginning. When the Japanese entered the war, and you're into the next phase.
Yes, the next film.
Yeah, exactly. But it's Barbarossa. It's June 1941. That's the moment where the Germans basically they've locked themselves into a set of events that means there's just no way out of the situation they're in.
And this is where
they make a bloody good go of it though for a bit Barbarossa, right?
Yeah, but it's one of those sort of too much winning situations where they get too far in and they can't sustain it. And
this is where the Brits realised that if we're going to actually engage the enemy on the ground, it's going to have to be in North Africa.
Yeah.
And then it switches to the Eastern Mediterranean.
Yeah.
But the real moment was probably more Dunkirk and Churchill's speech. That was the hinge more than
that's the
Battle
moment.
of Britain.
It's Churchill turning the cabinet in for want of a better phrase, at the end of May 1940. You know the story about him and I think it's him and Noel Coward. It's a story about Winston Churchill and Noel Coward, where he says to Noel Coward, "What you chaps get up to?"
I don't
know the story.
I think we talked about it.
You know what you chaps get up to.
Yeah.
Show me one afternoon.
Something like he says something
He's
like
a curious man.
I don't
He's
care.
a polymath.
I don't care what it is. It's just sort of do it over there kind of thing.
Yeah, but the story is he spends an afternoon with Noel Coward or somebody.
Oh, has a look.
And afterwards goes, no, it's not for me.
Really?
It's nice.
Britain with the lights off is a different country. Even Churchill's
and
getting
he was
involved.
ginger. Is the other thing to remember about Winston
Of course.
Churchill.
But Churchill was having a look.
Our great hero.
But what are you trying to imply there?
Ginger pubes. Anyway, on that note, that's the Blitz and the Battle
We
of
were
Britain.
saved by a ginger man.
Saved by the ginger pubes of Winston Churchill.
No, that's a ginger jihadi.
Al, it's been an absolute pleasure.
been a joy.
What a privilege.
The pleasure has been mine, gentlemen.
We've
We've got to get you back because we're going to do the World War II series bit by bit. It's going to be over
I'd love
many
to come.
years.
And what you should get James in here, and you could be like,
Fucking it. Well, maybe on
Fucking
either
hell.
side and just
Fucking
get
hell.
absolutely Polanded by
Yeah.
both of you.
Why don't we get strapped together and you can just war on two fronts so we can just get double teamed by We Have Ways. Anyway, have you got anything you'd like to plug? You're on tour? You're still on tour?
I'm on tour. I'm on tour all year, really.
Genuinely, some of the best. I know crowd work is a different thing in this era. Crowd work clips. Al Murray, are you at the Bloomsbury maybe or somewhere in Shaftesbury
it would have
Avenue
been like somewhere like that. Yeah.
There's videos of it on YouTube. It's so good.
Oh,
it's
thank
so
you.
funny. No one better
The
at
best.
crowd work than the Pub Landlord.
Yeah.
You're on tour. What's the name of your show? You always have
It's
good
called
titles.
All You Need Is Gov.
Lovely stuff.
It's all year.
And you can buy a premium ticket to wear a poncho and get beer poured over
Splash
you.
Zone at the front.
Yeah, in the splash zone. Al's going to stick around and we're going to do our Patreon where we're going to talk about Goering's art heists. But thanks so much for coming in.
Pleasure.
And join the Patreon for that. And if not, we'll see you next week for a new topic. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Cheerio.
Cheerio.